to Katie.Pix. Today we are making sangria. That's right, the drink of the summer. So we're getting in the summery spirit, we've got all our favourite fruits, and most importantly, we've got the bottle of red wine. So we're gonna crack on and show you just how easy this recipe is. Okay, we're gonna start with our fruits. So you need half an orange diced up. In it goes, don't peel it, don't worry about the skins, dice it up and whack it in. Half a lemon. Get that nice citrus going in with the orange, and half an apple. I've used Braeburn, but use what you fancy. Fancy a bit of tartness, remember to use the green and the red for a little bit of sweetness. They're gonna all go in there with a handful or 1 tablespoon of cranberries are gonna go in there as well. Just dried cranberries, so you've still got a nice bit of sweetness and a bit of sharpness coming through from there. And we're going to muddle. Muddling is where you basically pulverize it. Not too much, but as I say, I've got a very snazzy little muddler here, but you can use anything like the end of a rolling pin or just a wooden spoon, but just bash it. Bash it and mix those juices out. You basically want to burst all of those lovely little pockets of juice from the fruit, okay? Simple as, you see there? You've not destroyed anything, but you just let those juices explode. Now into that, we're gonna add in a few kind of real hits of flavor. So we're gonna go for some Demerara sugar, and you want 2 tablespoons of that. You then want just a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now cinnamon has a little bit of heat to it, so that's why it adds quite nice and perfectly suits the red wine as well. So you're gonna get that in there. And then we're also gonna add in a few cheeky liqueurs, just to up the alcohol content really. So we're going to start off with 15 mils of peach liqueur or peach schnapps, whatever you've got in your cupboard. This is optional, but I'm going to say it's worth it. So we're going to go 15 mils of that. And then we're also going to go 15 mils of dark rum. Okay, again, you're just getting those lovely warm flavours coming through in your sangria. That's the nicest thing about it. 50 mils of that is you're getting the lovely coldness of the ice and the orange juice and the lemonade, but you're using really warm, robust flavours. Really hits the palate in your summertime. So those are all in there. I'm then going to give that a nice stir. In fact, I'm going to use a wooden spoon for this. Mix that all in, and then we're going to start to get more of our liquids in. So you want 125 mils of lemonade in there. Get a bit of fizz. 125 mils of orange juice. Now this can be smooth or with bits, because I'm going to be honest, you've crushed a load of fruit in there anyway. And then most importantly, you're going to have your red wine. Now your red wine, I suggest something like a Rioja. Perfect. So that's going to go in there as well. Half a bottle or more, depending on how you're feeling, if you're having a good day. Probably say when. Bit more. Oh, adds to it. And a little for later. Okay. And then you're just going to stir those in. Really make sure all those, oh God, white skirt, red wine, always a good choice, Kate. Now, as I say, it's a summer drink, and I don't know about you, but I'm really, really hot. So into this, I'm going to put in a big, generous handful of ice. Woo. And don't be afraid to really fill it with the ice as well. Get that mixing. And you can see all those colours coming through from the orange and the red wine really mixing in there. And the best thing to do now is serve it straight away. So all that's left for me to do now is to give it a try. Now I want to hear what your go-to summer cocktail is. Are you a Pimm's person? Are you a mojito boy or girl? Are you a cosmopolitan? Are you a sangria? Let me know in the comments box below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And hey, why not subscribe? It is free after all. Oh. Adios amigos.